What do you make of the Dubas and the Penguins? What are you hearing on Guentzel? We are just a month out from a trade deadline.
Still too early. I know that they went into the playoffs the break. Certainly not feeling best about where they could be. They had played well for a stretch and then kind of came back to earth. They're a really uneven team, and they haven't found a way to play really with any sort of consistency. And maybe at some point, we're 46 games in. Do you need to see 55? Do you need to see another month's worth of action to really know what this team is? I just think they owe it. They have to give these guys the longest runway possible. Like, I think it should go down to the absolute wire on Guentzel. How close are we? What are our chances to make it? And how will we navigate this? Because I see it as black and white. You're either keeping him and you are using him for the playoff run and he's walking for nothing, or you're trading him at the deadline for an absolute haul.
So you think there's no chance they re-sign him?
It's not no chance, but I think that would be an absolute mistake. So let's say they re-sign him and then they miss the playoffs. 2 consecutive years of missing the playoffs with a healthy Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, with a 100-point defenseman in Erik Karlsson and a umpteen-time All-Star in Chris Letang. You're going to sign Jake Guentzel for 8 years to be what? The best player on the 32nd place team? I mean, that's where they're heading.
Yeah.
Look how thin it gets. Look at their prospect pool. They don't even have a first-round pick this year. They already traded it for Karlsson. Yeah. They are going to be the worst team in the league for at least 8 years. At least. We've talked about a rebuild doing it right, 8 years.
Yeah.
They're starting from zero. At least some of those teams had a prospect pool. The Penguins don't have anything.
So yeah, maybe you move Guentzel and that's the start of it, and then you consider, like, does Sidney Crosby say, hey, you know what? Maybe like next year at the trade deadline, Sidney Crosby could have lots of value for your team. Right? Could he be a Ray Bourque?
I'd be shocked if he moves on. But that's just me. I've always viewed him as Penguin for life. But
do you think he wants to sit there knowing that they're going to be terrible? Like Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves health injuries, but Patrick Kane and then we're like, yes, they're going scorched earth. I don't want a part of it. They probably don't want him a part of it. What would be the motivation for Sidney Crosby to stay other than
your franchise value plummets? Quite literally. That team is a lot less valuable without Sidney Crosby selling tickets.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And just,
hey, speaking of Crosby, Frank,
he's won 3 Stanley Cups, by the way. Like, it's not like he's reached the pinnacle multiple times with that team. It's not like he's searching, longing, waiting. It's not Ray Bourque.